Oh, hi! Hello! I moved the camera a little bit. Move the camera a little bit more. We are just trying to get things organized, at least for as long as we have this place to be organized in. We will be moving. The show will be moving to another room. Hey, I remembered to unmute the microphone. The microphone's over here. It's now out of the shot, but it is here. Trust me on this. It's right there. How are y'all? Yes, hat. This one, you know, it's funny because my career is a series of ridiculous hats, as we know. And in my continued and ongoing quest for silly headgear, I'm going to let that go. Someone's calling me right in the middle of the show. Well, at the very beginning of the show. Welcome to live theater, folks. I'm going to let it ring through. Because I can. Oh, by the way, I have 7 Twitch followers now, not 5. I'm going to put the phone on mute now because it was funny to answer the phone when my sister called because I knew that it was my sister and it would be hilarious. But I should probably... Yeah, this here hat is... this is becoming the Troubadork non-rent... I don't know. This is like... It's like the thing with feathers. I wear it and it kind of feels like it's a letter of marque. I can do whatever the heck I want to with it. And why not? Gonna mangle the feathers, aren't I, if I do that? Well, alright, no plan is perfect. I've been informed that I should not lean back in the chair while wearing this hat, lest I mangle the cockade right here. This lovely cockade. I will push it forward just a little bit as a safety precaution. Hat dynamics. I bet you didn't think we were going to run into that in this show, did you? Alright. So, first song. It is a good spiffy hat. Yeah, this is I think my official Steampunk November hat. Assuming we have Steampunk November this year, and if we don't, we will have it next year. Yeah, till the Navy catches you, the letter of marque is not worth much. Well, fortunately for them, I don't get on very many boats anymore. So it saves us all a lot of time and hassle. Alright, let me go get the first song that I'm going to do here. I've got some other stuff here now that's even more hilarious, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But first. Thank you, Carolyn. Hey, tell Jason to say hi. Actually, maybe looking over your shoulder even as we speak. What is Lagarrett getting up to now? Well, this, really. Where is that thing? I was playing a song earlier. Oh, I filed it in the wrong place. There it is. There we go. That's the song we want. I bought some pants today to see If I still could, the form filled out okay. My credit card was good. The pants came in the post. I hope that they will fit. They were on sale the most. I'd saved up quite a bit. And you can get some too, my sweetest friend. Has made it far too quick for us to spend. And I could do this too for you in just one glance. Yes, I will do this too. Yes, I will buy you pants. The absurdity of my situation is not lost upon me. That's right. Ah! We have our very first official Goddammit Laguerre on the show. Wait. I have to write this down. I have a log. I keep a log of my Goddammit Laguerres. There has now been 37 Goddammit Laguerre incidents in 2020. Wow, 728 today. The last one was 7.5. So that is a considerable interval between incident 36 and incident 37. Wow. You know? Yes, Kay, I did. I will again. You know me. You know me. I mean, you know, you've hung out with me. So, I should probably mention this whole Goddammit Laguerre thing. Those of you who don't spend a lot of time on my feed on Facebook, there is a phenomenon that has come into being over the last 2 or 3 years where I have said or done or written something that has prompted the reaction, God damn it, Laguerre, or Goddammit Matthew, or some variation therein. And I began to count them last year. I can't remember how many we had last year. I think it was 25, 26. I think we were up to 28. 28. And it was 28. And I'm already up to 30. What's this? 37? Was it? 37! That's some serious... I mean, those people... So I will post on Facebook later on that they had this. As a matter of fact, I should probably, real quick... Save as... There we go. That's right. You're 37. And that'll get posted to the interwebs. I've learned to not take a sip of coffee before reading anything you write. Well, I appreciate that. But I do document these things as best I can, simply because I'm as bewildered by the phenomenon as anybody else. And you'd think that a continued exposure to me would increase the tolerance level for this kind of stuff. Apparently not. Yeah. The woman who married me says, no. Spit takes are also a valid form of applause. It's a bit like, you know, how the quality of the pun is directly proportionate to the vigor, the negative vigor with which the pun is responded to. Something like that. So yeah, I did the pants song. Actually, I'm kind of surprised, Kay, because I did that. First time I did that was like way back in the early days of the show. I mean, according to my notes here, When did I first write that? Crikey. I think I wrote it... Man. Yeah, it was April 7th. Was the first time I did pants. It's just been a while. It's been a while, and it's been several pair of pants under the bridge, as they say. All right. Next song, less challenging in one way, and more challenging in others. One of my favorite songs from one of my favorite people in the whole darn world. My friend John, also known as the mighty, mighty Quigley Finch. And it's a song about the rights of succession on board a ship. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a Jolly Roving Dog. And the crew be bold, the boatswain's old, and we all do love our grog. The captain was the toughest man, whatever sailed the seas. But one thing finally did lay him low, 'twas a nasty French disease. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the Jolly Roving Dog. And we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, a year ago our captain died, old France had finally won. The first mate waited by his side for the setting of the sun. And the last words of the captain to the good crew of the Dog was that no one could ever take his place till they found the captain's log. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the Jolly Roving Dog. And we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So we searched down in the scuppers and we searched up in the nests. For a time we held our spirits high with witty words and jests. But soon a gloom surrounded us just like a pea soup fog. For no matter where we looked, we could not find the captain's log. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the Jolly Roving Dog. And we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So at last we turned to the great big book that the captain brought to sea, in which he kept each day's events as written history. But nowhere could we find within that their vast and mighty tome any hint to where the captain's log had chosen for to roam. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the Jolly Roving Dog. And we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the many logs that we have found, they all do look the same. But we never have found the piece of wood inscribed with the captain's name. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the Jolly Roving Dog. And we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Once more we sail the briny oceans on the Jolly Roving Dog. And we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Now, all the time that I'm singing this song, I actually have the lyrics up in a little window in front of the screen that I use for OBS, which is what I use to broadcast this out, to restream, which then sends it to Facebook and Twitch and YouTube. So I don't see the comments until I close it up, and then I have like, you're terrible people. Oh, after 30 plus years, yes. After 30 plus years, Amy can drink while watching the show. Most of the time, she watches the audience when we're doing it live, because she's seen my act way too much. So knowing what other people are, how other people are responding, is always kind of a cool thing. Yeah, pretty much try not to spit take. I do take spit takes as a form of appreciation, and I will say with some pride, I have caused every monarch at Scarborough to snarfle beverage. Every member of cast who's played a monarch, I have made them beverage out of their nose, their mouth, or just spit take. I have not gotten Austin as Henry. I did get him as a Seahawk, but that was because I told a really awful joke. I will not tell that joke here. I do not tell that joke on this show. If you want to hear the really awful joke, you will have to find me in person and ask me about the really awful joke. I have never seen anyone take this particular joke in stride. It just, it's really bad. And therefore not part of this show. Yeah, I broke Novi. Those of you who will understand this, I broke Novi. I had Novi actually suffer an entire vapor lock of the brain at me. It was kind of proud. A little ashamed, kind of proud. I was going to use this notebook to remind myself of what the song was next. Oh, yeah, this one. Having done all of that, I think it is time. No, it's not a variant of the Aristocrats. It is in fact, it's almost cleaner. Well, it's generally cleaner, but it hurts more. It really does, Teppo. Yeah, since you're in Finland, it's a long way away. We may have to make arrangements if you really, really want to hear the dang joke. Ping me on another channel, and I will eventually. Breaking Novi deserves a merit badge. Let's actually do another song. Why the heck not? Let's do this one, because I like this one. And Kay gets to go ee about it, because this is a song that Kay did help inspire in me, because Kay showed this to me and it's like, I gotta do this song. I gotta write a song about this. And it's also one of my favorites because it really has a seriously, early Grateful Dead, Fish, Jerry Garcia kind of vibe to it. And I just dig that. One thing I gotta do, though, is I gotta roll up my sleeves a little bit more because I'm not wearing a instrument strap, and this is slowly sliding down my front. I'm losing weight, so there's not as much of a slope anymore, so especially if I'm sitting upright. If I'm leaning back, sprawling, this just rests on the abdomen, but not here. Platypus, postman. Platypus, postman. Neither rain nor snow nor sleet nor hail can make the platypus postman fail. Even in a flood he's still not struck, 'cause the platypus postman swims like a duck. Platypus postman. Platypus postman. Even through the mud they can't be beat. Yeah, they never sink because of their webbed feet. Not a dog will chase him or leave him on, 'cause the hounds are too darn confused to bark. Platypus postman. Platypus postman. In the coldest rain they won't demur. They're protected by their thick coarse fur. Of all the post carriers on the scene, only one of them is a monotreme. Platypus postman. I figured we'd just go straight for absurdity, shall we? Yay, platypus! Platypus. One of my favorite words in the English language. Platypus, platypi, platypuses, platypi. Platypi are also venomous, as opposed to poisonous. Technically, you could eat a platypus, but if one bites you, there's an issue. I think it's bites. It's not their spines. It's a scratch from their claws, the spines. Platypi are very complicated, and I've had more than one person speculate that they are... well, you see, Carolyn, this is actually a very valid question, because my personal theory, and I have gone to college, so I have some background in philosophy and natural science, is that there was one more animal project due, and it was about 10 minutes before it was due, and like many collegiates, they kind of like just kind of bashed all the spare parts together and shoved it out the door. There's my project, thank you very much. I'm taking this class, pass fail. That's right, it's claws on the hind legs. See, these folks know more about it than I do. I was trying to figure out you talk about how they could carry the mail in their own pouch. Because, well, you got to work all the bits into it. So that song may get longer as we go. Hey, Roxana, good to see you. Oh, I know, it's been... this is show 74. You believe that? 74 freaking shows. Shouldn't grab a platypus. Well, I'd say grabbing a platypus by the tail is generally a bad idea, venom or not. For one thing, they could smack you right upside the head with it. Actually, that's a good question, because beaver tail was considered seafood by the Catholic Church as a way to get around the no meat on Friday restriction. So I wonder if, platypus would rank on that. I have far too many questions, and this is definitely the evidence that I have suffered from a liberal arts education gone horribly, horribly awry. But I digress. That's kind of my job. One more song, folks, and I think you're going to like it, because I like it. I needed something that was silly and goofy, and maybe just a little bit cathartic in light of how everything's been going. And I think this is the one. Yes. Could be a chicken. Funny looking chicken. Lives in the water. There you go. And by the way, Ellen has heard this song. Don't try the platypus omelet. Someone's going to have to make a platypus omelet now just to prove a point. I don't know what the point is. Apparently platypi have lots of small eggs, so it could take a while to... Unless you farm platypus eggs. Sadly, I only have the one copy of the manual here, but I think Alan is trying to figure out how to send one to Finland. Hit him up for it. Alan Hutton, we had a conversation going in chat there, Teppo. I think it was actually a comment on one of the shows. I will reconnect you two via Messenger and let y'all work that out. Oh, that's true. That's true. We can ask Alan to send us one, and I'll send you one, and that'll work pretty nicely. I've been playing this opening string for about 2.5 minutes now. Rexana, this is how I stay relatively sane. It's putting in the hours. Because I've only done this show like 6 times in front of an audience. Maybe 8. A live audience right in front of me. I'm still playing. I'm not even paying attention to it. Let's do the actual show. I was gambling in Helsinki, down upon my luck. Owed a lot to these big Flemish guys. I felt like I was stuck. I thought I was a goner, sure surrounded by mine foes. Then I remembered Hasselhoff, and he solved all mine woes. For he wrote the incredibly useful Manual of Self-Defense right over here. with the Hasselhoff maneuver, which, if properly executed, no defense. Just grabs them by the crotch once and throws them out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blow. Just grabs them by the crotch once and throws them out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. All got stuck. I made my way out of there and I fled down to the bar. I happily sipped lager, maybe 2 or 50, maybe 2 or 15 jars. There we are. Some massive Swedish mercenary spoke ill of my ma. I did not think I could escape this peril quite unscarred. But then I remembered the Hasselhoff maneuver, which I have trained in since childhood. So I grabbed him by the crotch and I threw him out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blow. Just grabs him by the crotch and then throws him out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. Well, I gathered quite a crowd by the great feat I did perform. I ordered me another round, for I had grown quite warm. You know, I am doing this without the notes at all, and it shows. But when time for pay the bill came, please for credit were scorned. And though I tried to stand my ground, my fate was quite forewarned. For they had actually hired Oscar Hasselhoff to be the bouncer. I was astonished. I was amazed. Guten Tag, Herr Hasselhoff. It is such a pleasure to meet you. Won't he grab me by the crotch? Won't he throw me out the window? Well, that was darned effective, I thought, as I was passing through. He grabbed me by the crotch. Won't he throw me out the window? Yes, it seems defenestration works as well on me as you. Just grabs them by the crotch once and throws them out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blow. Just grabs them by the crotch once and throws them out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. The Yahoo! The goofy yell as opposed to the Wilhelm scream, which is entirely different. Apparently so. And as we often do, we have come staggering in sideways at the end of yet another Tobias the Adequate Troubadork show. Show number 74. Good grief! We carry on. We persevere. We do these things, because if we don't do these things, well, a lot of other things to do, so why not? And we will carry on until such time as I am ordered to go back to the office full time, and I don't have this time, which would normally be my commute home, I must remind you, to do this stuff. So, well, let's talk about a couple of things. Thank you so much for hanging out with me once again. We'll do the plugs thing. It'll go pretty quickly. And, of course, first and foremost is the tip jar, paypal.com/theadequate. And Robert and Rick and Emily and Miranda have tossed a couple of bucks in there, for which I'm extremely grateful. For those of you who wish to have a more long-term commitment to supporting adequacy in our lifetime, I would aim you at patreon.com/theadequate. Because of my Patreon people, my party on Patreon people, that's about as close as I'm going to get to saying that coherently. I have committed to dropping a buck or two in on a monthly basis. And if you've got $12, or you know someone who has $12 or more, and low standards, this is the way to go. Right over here. I want to thank Stephen and Rob and Alicia and Relly and BK and Kaylee and Richard and John and Brian and Lorene for being my Party Down Patreon patron posse. They get previews of songs. I've got some new stuff to preview, which I I will tell you right now, with one of them was inspired by something that somebody actually wrote to me in chat, because I was lamenting the fact that my typing was gone completely sideways, and I fully expect this song will kill me when I try to perform it live. And there's another song called Thank You for Coming to My TED Talk, which I'm actually very happy with, and it's a nice, goofy, light, silly song. We have a bunch of other stuff going on as well. So Patreon people get previews of that. You get buttons and ebooks and physical books, and at the $10 level, you could actually say, "You're so darn smart, write a song about this," and then I have to write a song about that. Then I have to perform the song about that, and you get credit. So check it out if you want to. Or blame. Same way, goes both ways. The archives, are over here at facebook.com/theadequate and Twitch TV/TobiasTheAdequate. That's the Tobias the Adequate Facebook page and the Twitch TV Tobias the Adequate page. I have seven whopping Twitch followers now. That's 7 out of the 50 that are required for me to be like somehow eligible for some, like a pony. I don't even know. The archive is also at youtube.com/mplaguerre at the Troubadork playlist, which I did update just before I came on here, so now we're almost completely updated to it. Spread the word. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. It'll confuse them. And if you are one of the people who is having trouble getting your comments to show up on this thing over here, I'm pointing in the right direction. If you go to Twitch, it shows up. There's just this one little cluster of folks in the San Francisco Bay Area. Their comments don't show up on the feed for some weird reason. Mind you, I'm paying no money for this rebroadcast or this chat widget. So, we work with what we got. I think that's about it. I want to thank y'all so much for hanging out with me again. We will continue to do this until such time as we don't. A lot of things are getting canceled, and they're getting canceled for good reasons, because we have a freaking pandemic. And if I can amuse and entertain and cause y'all just a little bit of frivolity, I think I've done my job. And if I can make at least one of you pass beverage through your nose at an inopportune moment, I've really done my job. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, because without you here, what I do is completely unjustifiable. It really is. So I owe y'all. What I owe you, I don't know. Maybe more shows. I really have no idea. But thank y'all once again. Y'all have been spectacular. I've been Tobias the Adequate, and I thank you for encouraging my behavior.